Guys, MJ here. We're going to work hip flexor on the foam roller. I want to warn you that you're going to be balancing your body kind of like we do in plank on your forearms. And I just want to share with you, this can kind of maybe hurt your pubic bone or your abs, lower abs. So be aware of that before you get started. You know, you're going to work this whole area here, and that can get into some parts that might not feel too good with your whole body weight on it. So you might need to lift your body up a little bit more. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But I wanted you to be aware we're working this whole area here into the hip flexor. So you're on your forearms, and you're going to start this. I like to start it on the thigh because that's where you're going to end. That's your ending position. So I'm on my forearms, and I'm going to roll that way, leaning. I got my knees kind of bent, and I'm leaning into that hip flexor. Right about here, it hits my pubic bone, and that's a little tender. Drop your knees to the floor and lift your body weight off of it and push back and push back. Then you can lift your, wherever is comfortable, lift your body back up off of it, and now I'm in my abs, and I come back. If you have a tender pubic bone, that might be your saving grace. Lift it up. So you go over the pubic bone. Now we're back down the thigh on the tops of your quads. So I found that if I bend my knees and rest them on the floor and then push it into that hip flexor, kind of leaning to one side. I'm not trying to balance on both sides because I won't hit the hip flexor. I'll just hit my pubic bone and then into my abs, and I've missed the hip. So if that makes sense, you're going to try to lean to one side and then come back across it. I don't know where everybody's pain tolerance is on their pubic bone, so be aware of that. So that's working this one side, then you do the same on the other side. Bend that knee and rock it down that way. So that's your hip flexor on the foam roller.